So how many different versions and methods of any card at any number are there? And have magicians gone mad trying to replicate this mentalism slash coincidence slash magic trick? Yes, we have. The magician instructs a participant to name or touch any card. For the purpose of this demonstration, a random card is selected. They can freely select whichever card they like. The magician uses a group of number cards and divides them into two piles. A participant is asked to pick out one pile. For the purpose of this demonstration, a random choice is made. The magician deals the remaining cards into two equal piles. A participant is asked to push one pile towards the magician. The magician then reveals the two-digit number generated by the participants. Please note the two-digit number is 37, and the selected card is the King of Diamonds. The magician then brings to everyone's attention the box on the table. A victim participant is instructed to remove the cards. In actual performance and outside of this demonstration, the magician never touches the cards. He tells them to deal cards face up to the table and count them as they're dealt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. The remaining cards are dealt to the table and revealed. I hope you enjoyed that. Please have peace of mind that what you just saw was not another method you've already seen multiple times over and over. Instead, this is me sharing for the first time all the details of my own mad sick method for this effect. For those who don't know, ACAN is an acronym for any card at any number created by mentalist slash magician slash mentalist David Berglas, and it's been labeled the holy grail of all card magic. First, here are some things this method is not, and it might be a little surprising. You are not required to memorize the order of an entire deck of cards at all. The two decks of playing cards are normal. No marked cards, no gimmick cards, no sidestep and stack or mnemonic stack. No second deals, no bottom deals, no sleight of hand, no magnets. Wait, what? No false cuts or false shuffles. No shills, actors, stooges, plants, or confederates. And the Uno cards are normal. The Uno cards. Once you know, you can't unknow. So let's get into what this method is. It's 100% zero risk. It's undetectable. The setup does the work for you. The method and a cipher must be known to be able to understand what's happening. You will know the location of their card immediately. You're clean at the end. The order of both decks can be completely different every time you perform it. And given the number of possible shuffle combinations that exist in the mathematical universe, there is 8.07 times 10 to the 67th power different ways to perform this method. You can use two normal decks of 52 cards each. One deck will be stacked and one deck will be shuffled. Now you'd think the stacked deck is the one in the box, right? But it's not. It's the first deck. We'll call it the draw deck. The box deck is randomly shuffled and the draw deck is then stacked according to the position of every card from the shuffled box deck. The end result is two undetectable random decks of cards that can be secretly decoded using first grade math skills. Each card in the draw deck has two functions. It's a target card and a location card for the card above it. The setup makes a complete circuit, zigzagging its way back and forth throughout both decks for every possible card and number. It works with any number 1 through 52. A number range does not have to be forced onto your spectators right from the get-go. Although this is what Burglas did, I've never been very fond of the number range ploy. Okay, this is how it works. And remember, this particular setup order is only one of an unlimited number of setup orders that you can create using the formula I'm going to teach you. It's fun to make, it's easy to decode once you know. Let's say the 8 of hearts is selected. You'll immediately know that it's the 15th card down in the box deck. Let's say the ace of hearts is selected. You'll immediately know that it's the 43rd card down in the box deck. So on and so forth for every card and every location. Next is the number phase, and this is where some people get upset. You know, the ones who buy a magic trick they enjoyed so much and then they're disappointed with the gimmick it comes with that actually makes it work. Yeah, you know. The secret to the number phase is equivoque, magician's choice, or multiple logical outs. Burglas had many ways to force a number or a card and multiple outs. And here's a little tip. If you skip this part, you'll never know. A random card has been selected. You now know the location number of that card in the box deck, so that number is forced. I'm using 10 Uno cards, or Uno cards. Unbeknownst to your spectators, they're in order 0 through 9. Also, get used to practicing with your cards upside down. These are one-way cards. Divide the cards into 2 piles, making sure the 2 cards you're forcing are placed into the same piles. For instance, if the number is 27, you'll need the 2 and the 7. If the number is 9, you'll need the 0 and the 9. And make sure to count 0 first, not 1. And keep in mind, if the 2-digit numbers are both even numbers or odd numbers, you just deal them back and forth. 0, 1, 2, 3, count to yourself. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All the odd numbers are here, all the evens are here. Let's say the number is 27. You need the 2 and the 7. So we'd count like this. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You got 5 cards here, 5 cards here. My 2 and 7 are over here. I have the 2 and the 7. Let's say the number is 9. You need the 0 and the 9. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. My 0 and 9 are over here. Let's say the number is 12. You need the 1 and the 2. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's your 1 and your 2. The following is a specific 2-tier logical magician's choice. Your words and actions must be precise. Ask them to pick out one pile. If you're forcing the right pile and right is selected, then pick up the selected pile and move the other pile to the side. Reveal the 5 cards and say, okay, these are the cards you picked out. If you're forcing the right pile and left is selected, then pick out the selected pile, move it to the side, use the remaining pile, reveal the 5 cards and say, okay, these are the remaining cards. If you're forcing the left pile, then just reverse the formula. When you reveal the 5 cards, secretly take a quick look at the 2 locations of your 2 force cards. Let's say you're forcing the 46. You need the 4 and the 6. You know it's 2nd and 3rd positions down. So count them in such a way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get rid of this extra card. Here's your 2 force cards. Let's say you're forcing the 43 or the 34. The 2 cards you need are 3rd and 4th position. So deal them in such a way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get rid of the extra card. Here's your 2 force cards. Let's say you're forcing the number 3 or the number 30. They're the last 2 cards. Deal them in such a way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get rid of this card. Here's your 2 force cards. Let's say you're forcing the 38. You get the 3 and the 8. We're at number 1 position and number 4 position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get rid of the extra card. Here's your 2 fours cards. And when you get rid of the extra card, just be casual about it. Nobody knows what you're doing. You're just trying to get equal piles. I'm forcing the number 14 in this pile. Once again, your words and actions must be precise. Ask them to push one pile towards you. This makes the 2 tiers of equivocate appear a little different. If you're forcing the right pile and right is pushed towards you, then pick up the pushed pile and move the other pile to the side. If you're forcing the right pile and left is pushed towards you, then pick up the pushed pile, move it to the side, and use the remaining cards. If you're forcing the left pile, then reverse the formula. Turn over the last 2 cards, hiding the bottom card, so they can be spread in such a way to reveal the forced number. If you're forcing the 14, you spread it this way. If you're forcing the 41, you spread it that way. Let's say you're forcing the number 19. You could spread it as 91 and then say, well, that number is too high. Let's use 19. There are many ways to play around with this. Now, nothing is perfect, even with you-know cards. If the numbers 11, 22, 33, or 44 comes out, you'll need to adjust. One way is to use the number 1 digit lower. If it's an 11, use 10. If it's a 22, use 21. And then adjust the pattern to be how many cards to get to the selected card. I'll show another way to help deal with this in the setup. And whether it's a high number or a low number, have your participant count through the cards and reveal all of them. The 3 acts of magic are the pledge, the turn, and at this point, you're at the prestige, which is the payoff. So even if it's a 0, 1, or a 52, have fun with it. I mean, what are the odds? Multiple ways of accomplishing the effect. This is the formula for creating a setup. If you're still with me, awesome. And congratulations for conquering the short attention span impediment. You have a mastery mindset. Begin with 2 decks of 52 cards each. Make sure to remove all the jokers and extra cards. I'm using Artisan Playing Cards by Theory 11. Using 2 different colored decks makes things a lot easier. First, establish which one is the draw deck and which one is the box deck. Completely shuffle the box deck to your heart's desire. Move some cards around. Remember, this is the deck that gets counted, so you might not want, let's say, 4 aces in a row or 7 red cards in a row, so check them and alter them if you like. And remember the number of different shuffle combinations there are? It's an 8 with 67 zeros after it, so whatever you create will be a one-of-a-kind masterpiece. Once you're satisfied, divide the box deck into 4 piles of 13 cards each. Remember the order of the 4 piles because you'll need to put them back together after the stack is created for the draw deck. Label each pile with one of the 4 suits. The cipher is one of the 24 different combinations there can be. For this setup, I'm using chased order, clubs, hearts, spades, diamonds, but any order can be used. Just make sure to write down whatever you're using so you don't forget. Keep in mind, ace equals 1, jack equals 11, queen equals 12, king equals 13, respectively. Each card and each pile represents the numbers 1 through 13. Begin with the top card of the top pile and the suit associated with that pile. In this case, this is my top pile and the number 1 card. So 1 of clubs is the ace of clubs. Find the ace of clubs in the draw deck. And this is your first card in the stack. Only 51 to go. Using the last card in the stack, in this case it's the ace of clubs, find out what card is in that position, meaning we're going to take a peek at it without disturbing the order. It's the 2 of hearts. Find the 2 of hearts in your draw deck. This is the second card in the stack. Using the last card in the stack, in this case it's the 2 of hearts, find out what card is in that location. So take a peek at it. This is the hearts pile. We go 2 cards down, and it's the king of spades. Find the king of spades in the draw deck. This is the third card in the stack. Using the last card in the stack, in this case is the King of Spades, find out what card is in that location. This is the Spades pile. 13 cards down is the bottom card, Queen of Hearts. Find the Queen of Hearts in the draw deck. There it is. This is the fourth card in the stack. And line up your cards as I'm doing so you can see every single card. You'll understand why in a second. And remember, it has to be a complete circuit. So as you're going along locating cards, chances are you're going to hit that first card before finishing. On average, you'll hit it a couple times. In this case, it's the Ace of Clubs. When it happens, I'll show you how to switch the cards so the circuit is not broken. The next card is the Nine of Hearts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. We hit the Ace of Clubs. I'm going to show you how to switch it. Spread your cards out so you can see them. We're going to swap it with a card that has not been used yet. That's why you want to look at these cards. Like for the Ten of Spades, let's swap it with the Ten of Spades. Has not been used yet. So we just swap these two cards and start over here. Nine of Hearts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ten of Spades. Find the Ten of Spades. Next card is the Jack of Diamonds. We know Jack, Queen, King. We'll just look at the third one down. Ace of Spades. The next card is the Ten of Hearts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We hit the Ace of Clubs again. We need to switch it. And be careful when you get to this point. I've dropped these before and had to start all over. So take your time and save time. It looks like the King of Diamonds has not been used. We can double check over here. There's the King of Diamonds. So we're going to switch the Ace of Clubs with the King of Diamonds. Make sure you only switch those two cards and do not disturb the order. So 10 of Hearts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have the King of Diamonds. Seven of Hearts. So we're getting down to the last few cards here. We got the Queen of Clubs. Will be second to the last position here, the Two of Clubs. Two of Clubs. Six of Clubs. Nine of Spades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have the Ace of Diamonds. Is the next card. The next card is the Six of Spades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Eight of Hearts. And I did have to switch the Ace of Clubs one more time. Eight of Hearts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It should show the Three of Spades. Absolutely. We have a circuit. And that's it right there. As it gets closer to the end, you may have to switch two cards from two different piles. Also, if you start to get a lot of red cards in a row, or let's say 4 kings in a row, you wouldn't want to present this as a shuffled deck. So to help make it look realistic, you can switch other cards the same way as you deem necessary. When you get to the last card, it should locate your first card. If it does, you'll know the circuit is complete. Square up the draw deck and place it off to the side. This is how to decode your setup. Assign the following number values to each pile. These numbers are directly associated with the suits that were originally assigned to each pile. There are 24 different combinations you could have started with. The 0 is always with the top pile, 13 is with the second pile, 26 is always with the third pile, 39 is always associated with the last pile. Put the box deck back together the same way it was from the start. This is your cipher. This is the draw deck and this is the box deck. When someone selects a card, they can select any card. Suppose they take the Queen of Diamonds. You glance at the card below it, which is the 3 of Hearts. That's your location. Hearts is 13 plus the 3. Queen of Diamonds will be 16 cards down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And I don't even know where all these cards are. Suppose the 9 of Diamonds is selected. Using your first grade math skills, you see the 4 of Spades just below it. Spades is 26 plus 4, that equals 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. There it is. And I don't even know where they're at. Now, you know there are those who will say, but Tom, suppose the number is 0, 1. We just count to 1 and that's it? What, are you kidding me? Let's play with this scenario. Forget the Uno cards. Forget the force altogether. Using your magical wizard powers, you have melted their matching card completely through all the other cards in the deck, and it's now on the top. Also, prior to the setup, you can place 4 unpopular cards, such as 4s or 6s, in locations 11, 22, 33, and 44 of the box deck after it's shuffled. It'll reduce the odds of anyone even selecting cards in those locations. Popular cards are aces, queens, and 7s. Also, the draw deck can be cut using a single cut multiple times without ever disturbing the circuit. That looks like a triple cut, but it's actually just 2 single cuts. One person's chaos is another person's order. Thanks for watching.